Welcome to the PMS Part of My Sarcasm podcast, where my comments are often sarcastic and my opinion always matters. Today, I have a special guest with me in the studio, my lovely cousin, Mesha Russell. I feel like I talk with like a lisp, but only I notice it. Do you notice it?
Does my opinion matter here?
For today's episode, I guess it'll matter.
Okay, then yes, I notice it.
So what's up, Mesha? How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm freshly single again.
You know what? I don't want you to spoil it right then and there because we're gonna get into that on this episode.
Let's cut that out.
Yeah.
I'm doing well. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Good to see you. It's been a little minute. Anyway. Oh, hello there.
It has been a little minute. It's been too long. We shouldn't do this. Like, go too long without talking to each other because
exactly.
You know, like, you're my cousin, I'm your cousin, we're cousins and we're all cousins, you know.
Right. We're brothers.
Well, not brothers. Okay. That's kind of weird. Brothers.
I need to tell you something else about my life.
Ooh, yeah. So, it's been a while since I've actually done one of these. The last episode that I actually did was, I want to say April 2nd, and here we are in July. So I've had like a 3-month hiatus.
Creative space, that's all. Creative space.
Yeah, you can call it creative space or like, you know, shedding dead weight. I don't want to like say it like that to make it seem like I'm throwing shade to anybody, but like at the same time, I needed to make sure that I rebranded my podcast because the people who I had on my last podcast, a lot of the 8 people that I had on there, a lot of them weren't, you know, productive or doing anything for the show. So it's not nothing against them and their schedules. It was just they weren't able to, like, you know, record or put inputs in some of the stuff that we did. So I had to rebrand. It took me a while to figure out a new logo, a new name, and all this good stuff. And as you hear in the background, a nice little new beat that my homeboy David made, and you know, I bought the rights from him, so I can actually say that I do have the rights to this.
Hey. Shout out to David.
Shout out to David, aka Cam the Protege. I appreciate you for this lovely song that's playing in the background.
Yes, thank you.
So today we're gonna talk about breakups.
Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it because, I mean, I know the listeners don't know this, but Mesha just broke up with her ex, like not even 15 minutes ago. It's still fresh.
Oh yeah.
He's
the smoke
poor
is
guy.
Still steaming off of that.
She's a heartbreaker.
Wow.
Like my cousin is a heartbreaker.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't say that?
I think we need to.
In the last 3 years, Mesha.
We need to unpack this.
In the last 5 years, Mesha.
Oh, dang.
How many boyfriends have you had?
Boyfriends? That's very specific. Okay.
How many relationships?
Relationships, also very specific. I'm kidding.
Oof. Oof.
I'm kidding. To be honest, I would probably say maybe 4.
And of those relationships, how many times were you the person that ended up getting dumped?
2 of those times.
2? Yes. 2 of those 4 times you got dumped?
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, actually, it would be 5, so still 2. All right. So
the ones that you've told me about, you were always the person that did the dumping.
Yeah, that's why I said of 5, I'm actually the 3. I did the 3, the dumping of the 3.
She did the dumping of the 3.
Yep.
She's taking dumps
but can
on
we
relationships.
Just talk about the reasons for all of them?
All right, let's talk about them.
Then people won't see me as a,
a heartbreaker,
man eater or something like that.
Yeah, she's a heartbreaker, guys.
No, anyway.
Stay
tuned for.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it because
Wow.
That part, and we don't have time to be the dumpy of the dumps in relationships, so we're gonna get into it today.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us about I'm gonna tell you some of my stories too. I'm not just gonna have Mesha out here telling about all of her nasty breakups, and maybe some of them were good, but we're going to talk about it in this particular episode. So, once again, I thank you for listening to the Part of My Sarcasm podcast, the PMS podcast. Just a little play on words. But, yeah, so.
All right, go ahead and tell us about one of your relationships.
Oh, you want me to start off with one of mine?
Of course.
I usually get the typical, we're doing good and we're doing well in the relationship. And then all of a sudden I get the little distance from her. And then, we need to talk. I hate when people say that. They just leave it out there. It's just like, all right, you know what? I'm going to take this and I'll put this on the table. And then I'm going to slide it to you like ever so carefully and be like, yeah, we're not going to talk about it right now, but we're going to talk about it later. And then, I end up worrying about it later, like much later, much too later. And then everything that I do for the rest of the day, it seems like time goes by so slowly that it's just like, it's agonizing.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like the woman does it on purpose.
Oh, most definitely.
You said most definitely?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wow. Okay. That's why she's the heartbreaker. And it's great that I have a heartbreaker on this episode to talk to y'all so you can get the women's perspective and my perspective, because this is the PMS podcast where my comments are often sarcastic and my opinion always matters. So this is perfect. Anyways, so this particular relationship, things weren't going well anymore. Things started to go downhill. And this was the woman I started doing a lot of stuff for. As you guys can probably know from previous episodes, this was the woman that I bought a cruise ticket for.
Crazy.
Yeah, I was stupid.
I told him not to.
I was dumb. She didn't tell me that.
I did.
She didn't. She just knew that I was suffering succotash, and she didn't help me out. She didn't give me any signs. She didn't say, hey, no, it wasn't worth it. She didn't even care.
Like, I got this,
she just wanted her cousin to fail, which is sad.
I think
some cousin you are.
Yep.
That's rude. But yeah, so one day we were supposed to meet up the next day, I believe, and she was like, yeah, I'm not coming into town, and I think we should just be friends. I always feel that when women say, let's just be friends, that their intent is to not be friends and to stop talking to you, because that is exactly what they end up doing. They don't end up talking to you. They end up blocking you off of all social media except for Snapchat for some strange reason.
Why Snap? Okay.
I don't know. I don't get it. But they block you from everything. They block your number. They block your Facebook account. They block your second Facebook account. And they block your third Facebook account.
Okay.
Why I have so many Facebook accounts? We'll probably talk about that on another episode. But that's neither none of your business, or you know what?
You just gave it to us.
I did just give it to you. So
you're sketchy.
Yeah.
Continue.
I will get into it in another episode. But yeah, she blocked me, my phone number, my Facebook accounts, and it's not that I was following her on all three of my accounts. It was just like, wow, this is really random that you just blocked me to,
Creeper.
This is the person. You know what? I'm not creeping. She wanted to. She's the one that said we can be friends.
Oh.
And I remember this. I remember this specific day because I was, no homo, I was out at Dick's getting some wings. They have this place called Dick's Wings, which is pretty good wings. But you know what? I hate you. I hate you so much. Anyways, I remember I was ordering my food, and then she called me, and I'm like, oh, so she's getting ready to come through. And yeah, she was like, yeah, I don't think this is working, and we should break up.
That's it? Now that's a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
Right there. That's terrible.
Yeah. I think she may have FaceTimed me too, which is even more weird, because like, why? Like, I feel like
because she couldn't do it.
It was a long distance relationship in the first place. So like with one of those, I probably would have preferred like a text message, but at the same time, she texted me happy birthday for my birthday when I went all out for her birthday for hers. So,
okay,
what do you expect?
Toxic.
Yeah, she's terrible.
I wouldn't say terrible.
I think she's
life choices were.
I think she's as much of a heartbreaker as you are.
I don't know. I think she's got me beat because I come on. Let me give you an example, people. Okay.
Okay.
For example, one individual I was sitting with. And my cousin knows this story.
Ooh.
He got a kick out of this one. You know, we were having a good old time sitting at my favorite breakfast place. I'm not going to tell you because you may know the story. And wow, I said disclosure. God. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I like Waffle House, y'all. Okay.
We love the Waffle
I am
House.
a cheap date.
I am a fan of their
all day.
I'm a
And
fan of
burgers are actually good.
their hash brown bowls. Like if you're ever hungover or you're going from the club or just out and you want to go to Waffle House and get some food, go get you that hash brown bowl with a waffle on the side, and you can either put the peanut butter on yourself or ask them to put the peanut butter on there. Chef's kiss.
I wish y'all could see how excited his face is.
Chef's kiss. I've been craving one of those for a while, but I'm trying to manage my money a little bit better. They are open right now, and if I had a little more money, I would go get me a hash brown bowl.
I got you. We can go right after this.
We can't?
Yes.
We might have to end this episode a little early so we can go to Waffle. Anyways, I'll let her finish telling her story. Go ahead.
So anyway, we sat down eating, yum, yum, yum. Okay. And then this lady walks in and said, "Oh my God, what are you doing sitting with my husband?" And so I know. Okay. So I sat, and I did what any wise woman would do. I continued to eat my waffle, and I decided.
Oh, this is a little bit awkward. How are you doing?
Like what?
Yeah. So I decided to eat, and then she continued to confront him in, mind you, a very packed Waffle House. Okay. And he's like, "Oh no, well, this is Mesha.
See what happened
and
was
don't come in here with all that nonsense." Anyway,
what?
I let them have that conversation and pretended like I didn't see them because my waffle was getting cold. Okay. Anyway, so then she proceeded to take a picture of me, send it to his mother, storms out. Okay. And you know how women of color can be. I know it's also a stereotype, but quite loud and excessive and ghetto. Okay, so after she left, I was like, okay, so what was that about? And he goes, crazy exes, you know what I'm saying? She just
crazy ex. She just claimed to be her wife.
And so he's like, we were never married, and
wait, what?
I don't know what's going on. I guess she's followed me because they put a tracker on my car.
This is a little bit awkward. How are y'all doing?
And so afterwards, I was like, oh, okay. I'm going to finish eating. And we left. Okay. Because see, the way my mind was working, I was like, okay, so about how much time do I need to figure out what's going on?
I think the exact words that you used when you told me this story, and I'll never forget it, was, "I'm not about to let this situation ruin my waffle."
Yes. You don't understand. The way to my heart is food. Okay.
Bruh. I will never forget that because I was just like, wow, you are so much calmer than I would have been in that situation because, like, bruh, I feel like you felt the breakup was coming soon, and then you was just like, whatever. I got a waffle. I'm in my happy place. Yeah. Even though this crazy black woman and ran up in the store and we almost made World Star. Yes. I'm not about to let this ruin my waffle.
Because I don't need my students finding me on World Star. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not at all.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been
had
bad.
To be done. Yeah. Anyway, so I said this to say, I decided to break up with this particular individual. Good man overall. And
wait, so y'all broke up after that? Like another day or that same day?
No,
or like
I
at the Waffle House?
Because I wanted him to give him a chance to prove that she was in fact not his wife or previous wife or.
Was that actually his wife?
Inconclusive. So anyway,
the jury's out.
The jury's out. I honestly believe him because he wasn't one to really lie about things like that, but also, so I'm gonna leave it there. I'm just gonna give him that credit.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
you sound cray.
I'm just saying I give a lot. See, and that's the thing. This is how I know I'm not a heartbreaker because I give guys too much credit. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
Yikes.
So we sat down on the couch and I broke up with him and I said this isn't going to work because, and I gave reasons.
Wait,
okay?
were you at his house or was
no.
he at your house?
Yeah, at my house, so you can leave. But anyway,
oof.
so
no, cousin, you're doing it all wrong.
No. Look,
when you break up with people,
ones. There's different. You gotta know your people. You gotta know your people.
With certain people, you gotta break up at their house.
Exactly.
You gotta do it at their house so you can always get up and leave.
But that's what I did with the crazy one. Okay, now this one wasn't crazy. I trusted him to get up out my house.
Man.
Anyway,
He was crazy if he had brought his wife to the Waffle House.
Inconclusive.
Meet me at the Waffle House, 20 sausage biscuits.
I can't do. Also,
Hold up, excuse me, I want
also
a
said
sausage
he
biscuit.
thought that she put a tracker on his car. So I'm like, if you notice,
She the popo, she the feds.
Anyway, fast forward.
She probably got your whole background check in her.
But I was clear. I explained it to him, but see, I gave him too much credit. And afterwards, he was like, maybe we should like still talk and everything. And me being all pansy-ish at the time, I was like, yeah, sure, well, yeah, that's fine.
That's probably because you guys were having the sex.
Oh my God, why would you think we were having sex? Anyway.
Y'all should have saw her face. Because she basically just gave it away. Like what? Yeah.
And look, my life has not always been perfect, okay? So, anyway.
But like the fact that you considered like making it work after all that was...
Because I give a lot of people credit. I'm like, I know my life is not perfect, so I was going to try to give you an out.
I think she was stigmatized, but whatever. That's neither here nor there.
No, honestly, I don't think I've ever been stigmatized yet.
That's good.
So that's...
We'll love to see it, cousin.
Yeah, hopefully with my husband. But, I mean, that's kind of better be given. Jesus, you hear my heart. Okay, anyway. So moving on. Yeah, so then there's that. But then the other times like today.
Wait,
anyway,
what? There was something that happened today?
Okay, moving on.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, look, I'm not a heartbreaker in the sense, like, I do care about people's hearts, so it takes me a while to say that I'm not here for this, okay? And let's just explain what a heartbreaker means, okay? Because think about it, you can't be heartbroken if your heart wasn't in it. And for your heart to be in it, it has to be with someone that you really care about, okay?
However,
just know that I was a bang up. Well, that's a terrible term.
That is a terrible term. That is a terrible term.
I have done my best to be a really good girlfriend or woman.
Did my best
to whoever I'm dating, because I would want someone to do that for me. Because I've made plenty of mistakes prior to being a really good girlfriend. So anyway, so what I'm saying is that. Yeah, so the one time I will say I did, during my progression of being a really good girlfriend, there was one breakup that I wish I had done better, okay? It was after the NBA Finals, and we watched the game.
Wait. How do we just go from one breakup to another breakup to a different breakup?
Because I'm explaining how I'm not...
So you're telling the backstory.
But I'm telling the one that I really did not do a great job. And so I'm sorry, young men out there, if you're listening, if a woman does this to you, just know that they are trying to preserve your heart, but they're doing it in a terrible way, okay?
Yeah.
So anyway, we watched the finals. Amazing. Woohoo. We won.
Was this the Lakers finals? Oh, okay.
And he said, okay, bye. Love you. I said, I pulled out driveway. Called.
Wait, he said, I love you? And you said, in the driveway?
Yeah. I got in the car.
Gosh.
And I said, man, he was so excited to be us to finally have a good moment, in my opinion, because it had been a year and we had not had that many great moments.
You stayed with this guy for over a year and you had a handful of great moments?
Yeah.
Cousin.
Great guy, but our personalities just did not go well together. I think that's what it was.
I didn't make it that long with somebody who, whatever.
Again, hello, giving a lot of people a lot of credit. Because, see, what I do is I try to be introspective. Like, okay, maybe I'm just new to this situation or new to this type of personality. Right. And what am I doing wrong? Or maybe this is a learning curve. So I try to give myself credit and give them credit. And then if it's still the same feeling over time, I'm like, okay, maybe this just isn't for me. This is not for me. I don't like this. Can I see myself waking up for 30 years doing the same thing? Okay.
You're a heartbreaker.
Oh, wow. Well, nobody talks about my heart. My heart's like broken. Okay.
You broke up with this dude in a driveway.
No, I didn't. Nope. Actually, not necessarily. Okay, so see what happened was I pulled out.
So then you technically weren't.
I made a phone call.
Okay.
He didn't pick up, and I left a voicemail.
All right.
And and I didn't look back.
Wow. So he left you a voicemail.
No. I left him a voicemail.
You left him a voicemail?
Yes. And he never replied back to me ever again.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I was broken up with via voicemail.
But can we just speak about the fact that
Wait.
it was successful?
You broke up with him via voicemail, and you kind of expected to hear back from him?
No, okay. So because every time I would call,
Huh?
he always called me back. So I never really thought he was going to hear the voicemail.
Well,
if I'm
yeah,
gonna be
no,
honest.
because I think we should break up. What?
Actually, I showered him with praises, and
Oh, you're to listen to your voicemail. Press 1. Boop. I think you're this amazing guy, but I don't think it's working out for us. But oh my gosh, you have been the best. You're amazing. You're steadfast. You're a man that a woman would want to be married to one day, but that woman is not me. So I think we should move forward and never speak to each other again. That's probably how that voicemail went.
except for the last part. I didn't say the last
Jesus.
part because I feel like I'd be a really dope.
So that was pretty accurate, except for the last part. Is what
it
you're
was just
saying.
like, yeah, but I was teary. I was very tearful because,
You shed a tear?
there was a lot of good things there was a lot of good potential, but you can't.
But
date
that was a handful of
potential-
great moments.
You can't date potential women
Jesus.
and men. You can't. You gotta date what you have in front of you, and if it's not changing, then you got to go. Okay, because your sanity is way more important. Okay, there's someone out there who'll meet your sanity level. All right, I believe.
doubt that. but
I believe.
okay.
I believe that. I'm very hopeful. Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
Anyway,
All
I
right.
said that to say I was very tearful, and so I said, you know what? Next time,
Mhm.
first of all, that was trash because he was very hurt. I found this out through my family because he reached out to my parents. And my
Wait,
sister.
so you broke up with the
And-
dude, and then the dude reached out to your family?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Sweet man, I think he was trying to get answers.
Why did she break up with me? I
And-
don't understand.
And my mom said, "Why don't you ask her?"
Yeah, that's
But he
typically what you do.
But he
when-
never did.
Oh
I
my
believe he's
gosh.
probably happily married now. I know he's dating someone, so it's all good.
Wait, why would you go from happily dating someone to I think he's probably married now? Was this really that long ago?
Anyway, so
Yikes. Yes. Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Within 6 months. But I will say I've got this little chat that if
Mhm.
you are looking for a long lasting relationship,
Yeah.
to date me first as a precursor, as your trainer for a great
Mhm.
relationship, and then within 6 months you'll be engaged or married or dating the love of your life.
I think I need to go to this class
Yeah. So
because I'm still single.
My track
Anybody who
record
wanted to know,
has been pretty spot on. Okay.
I'm pretty sure you guys knew that, but if anybody was looking particularly for me, and
And also
wanted to
not
know
trying to get a free
if
cruise
I
out of
was-
him because I will cut you.
yeah,
Okay.
she will. She carries a pocket knife in her purse,
I do. And I also got a Glock. You don't want no problems.
and she got some mace too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Well, that one's empty.
Wait,
So
what?
anyway, moving on.
Wait, we're not about to just skate by this like you haven't been macing niggas out here on the streets. First of all, we're not about to do that. How is your mace can empty? Let's talk about that.
That's
I
for
know we're
another
talking
episode.
about breakups, but like,
It has nothing to do with breakups. This is why we need an outline.
yo, you know what? I wonder how this mace tastes. Let me just spray it here real quick.
I did have a really dope person I dated who was like, you know what? We need to test this out, make sure it works.
So, hey,
Oh, man,
guess
I
what?
loved
Guess what?
him.
Guess
He was
what?
hilarious.
Guess what? They're not together anymore. So that probably ended badly. She's a heartbreaker for real.
Dang, the more you speak, I think I am.
She is a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy that comes up with this really elaborate date to like empty out your mace can that you carry around in
He
your
was
pocketbook.
hilarious. He was probably the only person I ever truly loved, but yeah, he was dope.
I don't have a sound effect for hearts, but I do have
Well,
this.
I heard.
He gets a round of applause.
Oh boy! Oh my
Man,
god!
I love it. I love it. I've missed podcasting so much.
Oh yeah, this is fun. I
Yeah,
like
this is fun.
Okay.
But back to breakups. I think
Mhm.
my last actual relationship that I was in longer than a day.
Mhm.
I'll talk about that some other time. You guys don't need to know
No,
that. but
longer than a
whatever.
day, guys.
Hey,
Come on.
mind your business.
What?
So the relationship that lasted longer Then a day,
24 hours
you know what?
in 1 minute.
You know what? I'm sick of you. So she broke up with me, because like, you know, I kid you not. I mean, I still hit her up every now and then on Facebook just to check and see how she's doing.
Is it me
Um,
you're looking for?
Yeah, no, there was. I hope she's not looking for me. Um, no offense to her, but I hope she's not looking for me. Um, yeah. We were dating, and I was living with her, and you know, after a while, things started getting stagnant. Then it started going downhill in the wrong direction.
Stagnant how?
Um, I wasn't sure how she felt about me,
Mm.
and I was living there with her, so
Mm.
I wasn't feeling very comfortable. Like, you're unsure of our relationship or a relationship with anybody at that point, but I'm living with you and I'm in a relationship with you. So how is that supposed to make the person that you're living with feel?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I had a lot of unanswered questions that she wasn't really answering the questions to. So one night, guys do it too. I decided to go through her phone. I don't have a gasp.
Come on, PJ Morton.
I don't have a gasp.
I don't want to go through your
what?
phone.
Mm-mm. I did want to go through her phone, but I didn't know how to go through her phone. Because I'm going to tell you like this. I am team iPhone. I am team iPhone all the way. And I do not make these things up. I do not make these things up at all. I kid you not. I tried to go through her phone, but because she has an Android, I did not know how to work the thing.
That learning curve is strong.
I did see her Facebook app and her recent apps. So I went through her Facebook Messenger and I saw some not pleasant things.
What'd you find?
I found her like sending a video to an old white man.
Oh, okay, that's very specific.
Yeah. Well, granted, earlier in our relationship, she told me that she likes to get these racist old white men caught up and like, send them nudes and stuff because they're asking for them from a black woman, even though they're racist. So like, I'm like, yeah, okay, that sounds cool. I paid it no mind at the time, but when I saw it, and it was a recent video that she made because my podcast stuff was in the corner, and me and her weren't really having sex at that time. So I was like, oh wow, so you can send naked
sex.
We weren't having the sex. We weren't having that. So but for her to send that to somebody else while I wasn't even able to see that was kind of off-putting. So yeah, I went through her phone, and then she must have known or woke up in the middle of the night or something, because when she actually did wake up, she went and used the bathroom and then brushed her teeth, came in. She was like, so you want to tell me why you were going through my phone? And I didn't gasp, but like in my head I wanted to gasp. I wanted to be like, no. But I was like, no, I don't want to tell you why I went through your phone. She was like, okay, well, I think it's best that you pack up your shit and leave. She said it like that too, and then later on she told me, yeah, I do roots, so it'd be best if you're not here anymore at all.
Roots?
Yeah, like voodoo type stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. So
interesting.
it's not that I was scared of
was it
the
roots that showed
It wasn't the roots that I was scared of. It was just like, okay, I'm not about to be in a place where I'm unwelcome anymore. So I packed up all my shit in my little Corolla and moved back here. So yeah, I wasn't the heartbreaker or the heartbroken. I was.
collateral damage.
I was is what I was. If that makes any sense. Unlike heartbreaker over here to my right,
Or your left, depending on which perspective you're looking at.
You know what? If it's my right and you're, it wouldn't be what? Wait, how did we? What? I'm having like a brain aneurysm at the moment because she said, or your left, depending on the perspective. But if it's my right, then it would always be my right.
Oh.
Jesus, cousin, I love you.
Man.
I love you.
I love you too.
Oh, my. That was very interesting because like when she said it at first, it was like a ninja. Cause like I didn't catch it at first. It was kind of stealthy. Then it snuck up on me, and then I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, cousin. That wasn't it that
He
time.
had to
cousin.
process life.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta throw a little curveball in there.
Yeah. Gotta have a little brain
Make sure his brain's
aneurysm before
working.
before
his
the
brain's working.
morning coffee. Sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's hear about your last breakup.
I was quite proud of this, okay, because
Listen to this. Listen to this. Like
I
the listeners who are listening to this podcast really take the time to process what she's getting ready to say.
look,
I was here for the
first of all,
event, and yeah, I'm gonna just say if
Mhm.
if you're gonna break
about to
up with
say
a
this.
significant other,
please don't do it in front of
don't
him.
do it around me because
He's the worst.
I'm gonna make a
Sound
spectacle.
effects.
I'm gonna make a spectacle
giggle.
of it. Yeah,
He'll
she had her
move his
earphones.
face-
She had her
faces at
earphones
you.
on that she has on right now, and we're in my studio, and so I decided to whisper in the microphone
First of all,
to where she can
never
hear
take
me
his
talking.
advice when it comes to matters of the heart, okay?
But like
Because
you
he
did
said-
it, and you
he
feel
said-
better
he
for it
said,
now.
Call him now. And I said, I'm not gonna do it.
But did you die?
Really? This is not a matter of death.
But did you die?
But do I hate you more? Yes.
You can't hate me. I'm your cousin. You love me.
It's a loathe type of thing.
Wow.
Actually, loathing
That's-
is heavier than
That's
hate.
heavy. That's heavy.
So, all right.
Wow. Thanks.
It's straddling.
Guess we're not going to Waffle House after this.
I'm gonna go.
Oh, I'm just not invited. Wow.
Get your own peanut butter on the side.
Oh, wow. Wow. See how we're doing it
Okay,
then.
okay,
I see
I'm
how we're
kidding.
doing it now.
Okay, so back to the matter at hand. Actually, I was quite proud of myself because I wanted to have a breakup that I was very clear about, and I knew my reasonings, and I wasn't going to go back on that decision because
So how did you?
I have this big old heart, okay?
Mhm.
Contrary to popular belief, and I have this big old heart, and when I see someone's hurting or sad, then I'll try to be like, you know what? My agenda doesn't matter. Go ahead. You do what you need. And I said, child, this is how we get stuck in stuff we don't want to be in, and this is how people get married to people they don't really love.
Right,
Okay,
and I agree
and
with
then
you
they
on
had
that.
cheering, and they mad, and then they get divorced 30 years later because they never liked them in the first place. Okay,
Oof.
and they never really meshed. So I thought about all those things. Okay, most of those things.
So what did you do when
And
you thought about all of these
I
things?
got you, cuz. Okay, so what I did, I decided, okay, I'm going. Well, first I prayed about it because I was like, look, honestly, I need to make this
course.
decision, and I've been stalling, okay, and I don't want to stall for a year, okay, and so the thought came to just write down all of the possible rebuttals I would get
Wait,
from
what?
this particular person. So
Wait.
what I did, I
We're
wrote down-
we're gonna stop right there.
Mhm.
This is a typical woman right here.
Mhm.
Like, you thought of what was going to happen. Different
this is
scenarios.
My first time happening. First time doing it. Clearly, you heard these other breakups.
You thought of possible scenarios, and you wrote it down like a script on
I
what was
did.
going to.
You saw these pages. I got 4 pages, y'all. We gonna be honest. I got 4 pages. I got my bullet points
Hold
of
on.
what three reasons why. I also have my script.
Let's belabor
My
on this
short
for a little
script.
bit. Let's belabor
I
on
was
this for a
getting
little bit.
into it. Hold on.
No, because like
Let me explain why.
that shows you the difference between a woman and a man right there alone. Because the fact that you thought in your head to sit down and write different scenarios about what could and could not happen while you're on the phone, to not be talked out of being the heartbreaker of the situation. So you sat down and wrote this out on a notepad.
And that's
4
extremely
pages
important.
length.
It's extremely important because, like I said, like, first of all, I believe a good man is able to lead. So like, if I'm dating someone who I think is a good man, I know that he has the power to be able to pull me in a different way. And hello. Okay. And I trust their, leadership, especially if they're a good man. So I said, okay, well, I know this decision is for me, and I need to convince myself or prove to myself why this is important. And so I went ahead and wrote them down so that I would be prepared. Just like in a classroom where you have lessons and then you're trying to think of misconceptions, you write out all the possible things. If a kid is like, 2 + 2 must be 7 because, and then you're like, no, there's no way.
6.
And then so you got to come up with reasons. You got to already be prepared on how you're going to respond to those students so that you can get them back on track. So I just took the same approach and I wrote all these things that I thought he may say and wrote out the reason, what I would say back or what would be a good response or the reason why that would not deter me.
Cousin, I love you, cousin, but that sounds a little crazy. That sounds a little
But keep in mind, I'm a writer by like passion, I guess. So I'm constantly writing.
Okay.
I write when I wake up. I write 15 minutes before I go to bed. I write throughout the day. I write all the time. So
maybe you should start
this
podcasting.
Is how I processed. Yeah, maybe that'd be a thing. I see what you did there.
You see how I really
I like what you did there.
You know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here all week.
Oh God, Jesus, no, I'm just kidding.
Don't quit your day job, right?
Anyway, but yeah, so I did all that, and then honestly, let's be real, it really didn't. It was not very effective in the moment, but it did help me stay on track in my mind instead of getting caught up in all of the things he was gonna say, and just trailing. Because what I will say, sorry, ladies, sometimes we talk in circles and we never get to the point.
You don't say.
Right, yeah. And so it was important for me to write a script down so I wasn't talking in circles and he wouldn't be like, wait, but what you really trying to say though? Okay, that's not how he talks. But like that's
I really feel like you were talking in circles just a little bit.
But
at first you were like
less than what it would have been if I didn't.
I feel like when she first got on the phone, she was like, all right, well, I wanted to talk to you about the thing that I said we were going to talk about. Yeah. So the thing about what I wanted to talk about is the thing that I told you that I was going to talk to you about later.
Because initially I was going to talk to him tomorrow, but someone pushed me to go on the phone tonight.
I don't really know if I want to talk about it, but let's talk about it. So the thing about the thing is that I want to tell you.
Go ahead and ignore him. I want you to zone in on my voice here. Okay, do you hear my voice? So what we're gonna do is
are you trying to hypnonize the people?
we're gonna focus on Mesha's voice here. Okay, so anyway. So yeah, so I did, but I want to say that it was a good thing because 1, I had a clearer head going into it. 2, I knew for a fact why I was doing it, and it wasn't because out of emotions and out of like, oh my God, I hate you. And then like some people break up just because they mad and then they want to be back together and it goes back and forth. That's a waste of time, okay, and a waste of heartache. And I appreciated that because we had already kind of delved into those things, I was able to do the setup and a knockdown pretty swiftly in considering the amount of time that it took for us to talk about it, and it ended without me in tears or both of us in waterworks, I should say.
I mean, he was in tears. He was in tears. Yes, I can hear him crying through the phone because she is a heartbreaker. Because
I'm a freaking amazing woman, and he's missing out on that now.
And you broke his heart.
Yeah,
because you told him tell them what you told him.
I said, let me open up
my
notes.
She's grabbing her notes real quick.
I want to talk to you about something that has been on my mind.
Hold on, you're going to speak to the mic like that. Yeah, go ahead. Try that, yeah.
I have thoroughly enjoyed times and memories with you. You have been one of the best men I've ever dated, and it's been a long time. I have to bring us and our relationship to a close romantically because it is wise for me to do so, because long term I am not mature enough spiritually and emotionally to keep myself from sexual sin.
Granted,
and I'm not
granted, she literally read this to the man that she was on the phone with.
But I had good pauses, so it didn't sound like I had a script, though. Am I right?
Like it
was smooth.
Like me being if I'm on the phone at this point in time, I'm thinking to myself, this has to be scripted because this can't be real.
I just know I was very smooth. He was also probably very surprised. If you would have heard at the end where he said, it seems like you've already come to terms with this. And I said, yes.
Yes.
Because I had already written it out.
It was pretty bad. I felt bad for the dude.
Because usually I'm an emotional wreck and I'm all sad.
Yeah, she was skinting and grinting over here on the side.
What's skinting? Okay.
Like smiling and grinning or whatever.
Also, also I smile out of nervousness, kind of like the Joker, but that's not a good reference.
Yikes. That is not a good reference at all.
Okay, we're gonna just erase that. Moving on. But I did end with he's a wonderful and person I'm very thankful for, etc., etc.
Yeah, that was kind of bad because like
he did say
I felt bad for him.
What did I do?
Because
And
like
I was prepared.
he was like, "Did I do anything wrong?" And I'm like, "Oof, my heart goes out to you, my guy."
And what did I tell him?
Pause. No.
Did you?
It sounded like a question. You did pause. You did pause.
Yes, to collect my thoughts, I guess, but it wasn't that long.
Yeah, but nobody wants to like. Did I do anything wrong? And you pause. It's like you're thinking about it.
Oh no, he knows my thinking pauses. He would have been like, "Wow, really?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he would have definitely been like, "Wow, seriously, me?"
He definitely did one of those, Well, I mean, do I continue to like wait for you or?
And what did I say?
You're like, no, yeah, I'm not coming back, but yeah, no, don't wait for me. Like, she is a heartbreaker. When I tell you my cousin is a heartbreaker, I'm not gonna pull her. I mean, if you're listening to this, you should already know her name, but I'm not pulling her full government out there again. So, like, if you run into her, just know that you're gonna get your heart broken. Unless you the one,
okay?
Unless you the one.
Unless you come correct. Well,
he came
correct.
Come
correct. He did come correct.
He came correct.
He did. He was very respectful. Very good guy.
I feel bad because, like, he joked at the end. He was like...
He did joke at
the end. He was like, dang, at least I ain't got to tell my son this. Like, bruh.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the son.
But in hindsight, this was good because I think his son didn't like me anyway. So,
bruh. Well, maybe his son did like you.
Well,
but not the way he should like you.
Well, I guess we'll never know, okay?
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate it because we did, like he said, we did joke a little bit at the end, and it wasn't,
No, it was a joke from his end because he didn't know that my cousin was serious. Like, he was like, well, I guess I'll run into you sometime. And she was like,
that's not what happened.
Not really, but
that's
okay.
Not what I said.
We can still be friends, right?
Yeah,
she's like,
we're going to give some time.
Yeah, but we're going to give it like 2 to 3 months.
And he said, oh, that means you not come back. Oh, we saying goodbye for real. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Because he started with, okay, well, what would you like me to work on during this time? And I was like, oh, this ain't a progress plan. This is a termination.
He was planning on, like, having a paid vacation.
Yeah, he was.
But she was talking about, pack your shit and get out type stuff.
Okay, first of all, I ain't gonna cuss at him.
Right.
But yeah, no, he was ready for a paid vacation with benefits on the side.
Yeah. There was no pay.
No benefits, child. No more. No.
She gave him the pink slip.
Yeah, pink slip.
Not that
with
pink
severance,
slip.
Though, with severance.
There was no severance pay. There was no severance pay. There was no.
Okay,
there was no severance. There was no severance package.
Yeah, it's all
there was
severed.
There was no. There was no. Thank you and good luck with your future endeavors.
There was
none of that. There was none of that.
There was a thank you.
Thank you. You were a good man, but you're not the good man that I. Yeah, it was more like that.
Yeah. Well, that's real. Sometimes we gotta stop playing ourselves, though. We do.
But I mean,
because we run into good people, but we could be keeping them from the.
At the same time, though, cousin, I feel like you belabored this a little bit too long.
Heck yeah, and that's why I needed to do it today.
No. You should have did it like 2 months ago.
Yeah, duh. And did you not see my copious notes saying why I didn't? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
she didn't even get to all the notes.
Why.
She didn't even get to all the
which
notes.
I shouldn't
in the
have
phone
to.
call.
Our call was no longer than 30 minutes, that's how it should be. It shouldn't be longer than that because the last time we had this deep conversation, it was 4 hours.
Her original plan was to go over to his spot. And I said, that's dangerous.
Well, nah, we were going to talk in the parking lot. We weren't going to do, in the driveway. We weren't going to, no.
Yeah, we won't talk in the driveway, all right?
That's what happened with the last conversation. We had this conversation in the driveway for 4 hours.
Yikes.
Yeah. Yikes. Yeah, it was not a game.
But you and the other guy didn't have the sex.
What I got to do with anything?
People being we both adults here, cousin. Like, He could have been
my
like,
driveway.
he could have been like,
Oh, nah.
Misha.
Oh, wait, no. Okay, you must got me messed up. I am not that woman. No, what you not gonna do? No, I care about feelings, but I'm not the emotional one to like soothe your emotions that way. That's not me. That is not me by any means. I see through you and I see through your mess. So that's not me.
I guess.
And
I think he was trying to play the like the guilt card on you. Because he
when?
was like,
Really? The breathing. Oh my God.
yeah, it was. That's what you just said there. Oh my God, was really what I was saying in my head.
Oh no. I think he was just processing, but like in my head, I was like, I probably should get off this phone because you need to process.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how to exit without being like, all right, deuces, you know? So I was trying to get.
She didn't really want to rip the Band-Aid off. She just wanted to, you know.
because this is my mindset. I was like, if this is our last conversation, I need you to get all your questions out now because we shouldn't be having multiple conversations.
Which is actually kind of funny because didn't you leave something over at his house?
Yeah, apparently his son found one of my rings, and I was like, oh dang, because I was really looking for that ring. I was like,
Dang,
God. So
how did his son find it?
I said we'll just figure something.
So
out.
his son was snooping around?
No, it was on the kitchen table. I don't go all up in their house.
I was about to say, what was you doing up in his house?
Remember, I dropped off cookies the other day.
And you took your ring off to drop off some cookies?
No.
Girl.
I don't know why my ring was off, though. That's the way I'm trying to figure out.
Was you washing your hands?
That's probably what it was. That would make sense, because I had to cut them.
You had to cut the cookies?
I cut them cookies. Okay, first of all, I don't want
Wait, who cuts cookies?
Let me tell you. So I went and bought some of them crumble cookies.
You cut cookies?
Them things are ginormous. I had intended to eat 4 cookies by myself. Don't judge me. I was going to eat 4 cookies by myself.
You was going to eat 4 ginormous cookies by yourself?
No, I didn't know they were ginormous when I got them.
Right.
So I bought them, and I was like, dang, these things are huge.
I didn't get no cookies.
Anyway.
She doesn't love me anymore.
All right, you ain't going to get a Waffle House neither. So anyway.
Wait. Hold on, cousin. Hold on, cousin. Hold on, cousin.
So anyway, I was
she
like,
just threw that in there like, all right, I'm not going to get no Waffle House.
Don't play with me now. You know.
Okay.
So anyway.
Let me behave.
So I went ahead and cut some cookies because I was like, I can't eat all these. And I'm glad I did not because some things, they were okay.
Were they at least good?
They were okay. You got to eat them cold. And I don't like cold cookies. I
you
like
got to eat
warm
them
cookies.
cold.
I like warm cookies I can dunk in milk. But those kind
what
of
kind
cookies,
of cookies were they?
Thick and like cakey cookies kind of. And they have good flavors.
So you was eating cornbread?
No. It was more like shortbread, you know, like I'm talking about cookies.
Soft shortbread cookies.
Just about, but they had good flavors.
So you was eating macaroons?
Huge. No, they weren't macaroons. No.
Okay.
What
I've never had a macaron before.
I can tell because those okay.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Anyway, you can go get one. They are $3.63 cookie, and
they're $3.63 a cookie, and you was about to eat 4 of them.
Look, God was good.
Cousin, that's $13 plus tax.
Just know, well, when you get the 4-pack, it's actually about 11. Anyway, so
you spent $12.
So remember when I
you
said
spent
earlier
$12
that
on
food
4
is
cookies.
the way to my heart, and I treat myself because
she don't ever think about me when she goes to get these.
You gotta love yourself
items
first before anybody else. Okay,
that's cool. Let's see how she does me.
Yeah, and these cookies were really good.
I bet.
Well, no, they were good cold. I good Lord.
I don't think I've ever really liked shortbread cookies.
Me neither. And it was a lot. It was a lot happening. Some people may like them. I like a good chewy chocolate chip cookie. You know.
I love a good snickerdoodle.
Crunch.
I love a good snickerdoodle when they're fresh out the oven. They're still warm.
Snickerdoodle.
Yeah.
You gonna bake some? Oh, okay.
I may make some. I don't know when, but I love me a good snickerdoodle with the little oof, and they just
with the
oof, they just melt.
That look delicious.
Yeah. I'm craving some snickerdoodles right now,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm craving Waffle House even more.
Oh,
you see what I did there?
Yeah. Well, who gonna get you Waffle House?
Oh. So that's what we doing.
Okay.
That's what we doing. Okay.
Anyway, without putting any more of my business out there, just saying.
I'm trying to think of a time where I've been a heartbreaker.
Because we've been good friends.
When have I been a heartbreaker? It was
All your life.
it was probably my ex-wife.
I'm sorry. Pull over the bus. What?
She must be new to my show, cause like I've talked about my ex-wife, and she was one of the regular members of my podcast at one point in time.
No, this Negro did.
Yeah, she was.
Wow.
But like I probably did her the dirtiest.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think
Is
so.
this the one with the
With the what? Yeah, she has a
baby in the baby carriage?
she yeah.
Oh, okay.
Her-
I just
Her child is now like in middle school.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Okay,
yeah.
all right. We're talking about this. Okay, so I'm not really all the way lost. Okay, continue.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Is it
Well, this is a little bit awkward. How are y'all doing?
So yeah, I probably did my ex-wife the dirtiest. Like, I'm not saying that bragging, but like, as far as heartbreaking goes, like, I don't think it was heartbreaking, but like, the same week we got married, I asked her for a divorce.
Oh, Jesus.
I guess that's heartbreaking.
You think? I just decided I'm gonna walk down this little baby aisle. I'm gonna go ahead and commit my future to this crazy man in this aisle.
But
And then
at the same,
next day
but
he
at the
said,
same time,
no, just kidding.
but at the same time, like, I was a regular Casanova. You know, we didn't get married in the church. We didn't get married in front of a judge or anything. We like,
got married in Vegas.
nah, we didn't even do that.
Common.
We hired a notary to meet us in a booth at McDonald's and say, sign here, sign here, sign here. Okay, you're married.
Cousin, I love you.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And we didn't have time for that because I was getting ready to PCS
But
from
you
South Carolina to Washington State. So, like, our intentions were good. Like,
Were
I needed
they?
to get married so to have her put on my orders so that she can move her stuff for free at the military's expense rather than us paying out of pocket.
But then within a week, you said nah. Bro.
Yeah, I said, nah, bruh.
So you couldn't have waited an extra week before
No.
you got your. Okay.
Nah, bruh.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Shay, you know.
Because love is the answer.
She's still my friend to this day.
Also, see, look at that. You can be friends.
I mean,
Why can't
that was
we
probably
be
the.
friends?
All right. Here she goes. That was probably the messiest I've been in a relationship, but you know, we have a lot of history, her and I, and yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Shout out to Shay.
yeah. Shout out to Shay. You put up with me for a long time.
Mm-hmm. God bless you.
Yeah, God bless her. She needs all the blessings.
Mm-hmm. Blessings on blessings.
Blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings. You know, but yeah,
Okay.
I'm really trying to think. I'm usually the person that gets dumped. Like,
Well, would you say like okay, like if we were to ask people, would they say women feel like they're the ones that get dumped more, or the men? I feel like the power is more in the women though.
I feel like women do the dumping more so than the men.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, you know,
What you gonna say? Consider your Waffle House ways.
like me
Uh-huh.
me particularly, I don't feel like it's not the same type of topic, but it's the same type of concept. Like, a man can't just invite himself into a woman because that's rape. So, like, you know, once you're in a relationship, I guess that's a little bit different. But then,
it's still dicey.
yeah, I mean, it's a little weird, but whatever.
Yeah.
Was that you breathing?
No, it was somebody down there.
Oh, okay.
Talking about the loudness.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't me
Okay.
breathing.
Whatever.
But yeah.
It's a podcast.
Mm.
That's what we do. I probably should have put the please do not disturb recording in progress on the opposite side of the door.
Yeah, you know, it's okay.
But,
They
you know,
like Superman. They can see through.
You
them.
live and you learn.
Mm.
Whatever.
And haven't we lived and learned? You know,
I have.
after this?
I've lived, but I don't think I've learned much.
Oh,
I've learned a few things.
Okay.
Yeah,
I learn something
I've
every
learned
day.
that I've learned that women are a peculiar species. Like, you can't even consider them the same species as man. They're clearly a different species.
Superior, I understand. Yeah.
Mm.
It is.
You said what?
But you know, we all need each other, and we need need each other. Like, women can't just run the world by themselves. We still need men. And I'm sure I'm going to have some people say that's not true. But in my opinion, I feel like I love being able to have a man working alongside me or me working alongside them. Because men bring a different perspective.
I wish y'all can see me like squinting right now. Like, what?
What is true? Men bring a different perspective. And women bring a different perspective. So we don't always see eye to eye. We actually rarely see eye to eye.
Right.
Which
That's
is the
true.
beauty of it all. You know, because like even the way you interpreted like breakups, it's like, oh dang, I wouldn't have saw it that way. And also this is another reason why I also
break
appreciate
this dude's heart. You broke the man's heart. He was crying on the phone.
It's better to do it now than later. There's always gonna be pain.
So you believe in ripping the band-aids off. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sleep well tonight, but poor guy,
No, that's not true, because there's been many nights I've cried myself to sleep and cried over relationships.
Over him?
Over him. Well, he's not a bad dude, but like cried over like, why can't I just make this decision so I can save
like this
him?
man is really gonna be crying later on. Like,
I mean, if he is, and who's to say I'm not? I'm just like, this is.
Are you gonna be crying later on?
I don't know.
Over this man?
I don't know.
I don't think you will.
Wow.
You're a heartbreaker.
Doesn't mean I don't have a heart.
I'm not saying you don't have a heart. I'm just saying like, wow, these things are rough. Tread carefully, fellas. Like, I love my cousin and all, but tread carefully, 'cause she will shoot you.
No, if we can't have line up on the same visions and goals, then yes, more than likely I will shoot you. If we can line up on the same goals
and don't try to
visions,
control her either. Yeah.
Then yes, we'll be fine.
Don't do that. Don't try to control her, 'cause
What does that mean?
yeah, that's not gonna work out for you.
How that work?
Try to control you?
Yeah, what you mean?
Yeah,
by that?
it don't work. What do you mean?
Who tried to control me?
Oh, buddy, that was like, your shoulders are showing.
Oh dang. Okay, that's different. That is definitely different. Oh.
A few moments later.
Oh.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah. I mean, just respect my opinions.
That part.
You know, because like that's important. Yeah, because like women are different.
They are different.
But if you find the right woman, they'll compliment you. You know what I mean? Like, and you'll compliment them.
Mm-hmm.
So there'd be no need for you to have to feel like you gotta control and force things certain ways. Like, it'll just be copacetic, you know?
This is true.
So yeah.
I feel like the vibe never lies, you know? So if you're feeling a certain way about a certain individual, the vibe isn't gonna lie to you.
Exactly.
It's not gonna lead you astray.
You gotta trust the vibe. Hence the heartbreaks.
Yeah, that's why she's a heartbreaker. I wouldn't necessarily like always trust your intuition, but like if you have an intuition about something, we need to normalize on speaking on that to the other partner and communicating that intuition to someone.
Which is what you do.
Yeah, a lot of women don't do that.
But it's important to do that.
It is important to do that.
But know why. Just like, because some people will run straight off of emotions and will react on every single emotional moment that happened instead of reflecting on it first. And that's what causes true heartbreak.
This is true.
Because then you got people going back and forth every 5 seconds. Like, oh, you like me? No, you don't like me. You like me? No, you don't like me.
That part.
And I thought we was good, but we not good. But then you kind of like me. Then you kiss me. Then you say, no, I don't want you. Then now we... And it's like... Yeah. That's because everybody's going back and forth on feelings and emotions. That's true heartbreak. Yeah. Because then you walking on eggshells every 5 seconds. You don't know what's good and what's bad.
We don't like to walk on eggshells. Mm-mm. If you feel like you have a problem or a good feeling, speak on that. Mm-hmm. Communicate that to your partner and go from there.
True. And also, I just want to say this little piece too. Also build each other up too. Like, you can't constantly be in negative towards someone and expect them to think that you're all copacetic too. Like, you got to build them up. Notice the small things that they're really good at, you know, encourage them and support them.
Right.
So that it's not all negative. Like, you're not breaking, you know, like if you do end up breaking up, then it's not like, oh crap, she never did nothing for me. You know what I mean? Like,
that part. Yeah.
Or, oh man, I always felt like trash around her because I never knew what she was thinking. You know what I mean?
I never knew how I felt.
Yeah.
Or how she felt because We never talk about our emotions.
Right. You never
Talk
feel
about your
anything.
emotions, people. Talk about those emotions.
And don't let your emotions only be tied to gifts either, because that's stupid.
Yeah. The music is playing in the background. That's usually because the episode is coming close to an end. So usually at the end of the podcast, I like to do some announcements. But seeing that this is the rebranding of the new podcast, I don't have any new announcements to make as far as like promoting other people, promoting other people's businesses, and all that other stuff. I don't have any of that. So stay tuned for the next episode, because in that particular episode we will be talking about church. And then I believe the episode after that I want to talk about religion versus spiritual. Spiritual versus religion. Like, what's the difference between the two? You know? I feel that's going to be a great topic because, you know, well, just tune in because it's going to be a great episode. Do you have any shout outs? You better shout out the dude that you broke the heart. You know, you gotta shout him out.
I gotta shout him out. I shout you out. You know who you are. You're an amazing person. I appreciate you.
Heartbreaker.
Spending time, teaching me new stuff. And helping me become more of the woman that I am. Thank you.
That's so sweet.
It's all facts. No printer.
She said all facts, no printer. She's definitely my cousin. Yo, you don't have any other shout outs? No
Thanks,
Instagram, no Facebook, no follow me.
I'm not really on social medias, but if you want to follow me on the IG,
her number is I'm not gonna put out her number. I'm not gonna put out her number.
IG
You thought
_TUNED.
Say that again, just in case.
At fine_tuned FINE_TUNED.
That's
on the
a lot.
IG.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
You spelled it out, and I don't even know what it says.
If you want to find me, just rewind it.
Yikes.
Play, write it down.
I'm pretty sure if you've gotten this far, you already follow me on a couple of my social medias, but I will put that information out there for you again. My IG is, I almost forgot it. It's follow me on IG at wavywill2386 is my Instagram. I'm in Facebook jail, so I would say follow me on Facebook, but I'm in jail. I don't get out until another 5 days, so put some commissary in your boys' books. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I'm locked up. They won't let me out. Shout out. I'm gonna do my shout outs like I always do. Shout out to my haters. I don't know if I have haters, but for the people who's hating, y'all know who you are. I appreciate y'all because y'all make me go harder. I know it's been a while since I've done a podcast, so I apologize, but they will be coming fast and furious. Did you just snicker? Wow, that's rude. I unintentionally did a plug for Fast and Furious.
Yes.
And I think that's why she snickered.
Yes.
But wow, she didn't have to snicker at me like that. That's kind of rude.
I'm sorry. I really enjoy your plugs.
Yeah, plug. I got a new job, so yeah. Where's that?
Yes.
Yeah, I got a new job, so
Congrats.
I appreciate that. I no longer have to walk around wearing t-shirts all the time. I have to dress up, and you see, I got my clothes picked out.
Right, he's so cute. He got his little coordinated outfits and everything ready.
Watch out. Anyways,
You see him in the streets.
yeah, if you see me in the streets, if you know who I am, just holler at your boy. Until next time, you've been listening to the Part of My Sarcasm podcast, PMS podcast. I'm your host, Stephen Williams. This is a podcast where my comments are often sarcastic. My opinion always matters. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.